So welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how you will create a C# application in which you can recognize speech. This is the speech recognition application in C#. So this application has the customized grammar as well as the dictation grammar. So dictation grammar is not toggled on, so it will only recognize words which are in the grammar of the application. So let's check it out. PowerShell. Open PowerShell. Close Paint. Notepad. 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 Open Notepad. Paint. Open Paint. So it won't recognize casual English sentences like what are you doing, so it won't recognize this. So for this you need to toggle on dictation. For that I have to speak dictation. So now it will recognize English sentences. This is not very much accurate. So this is not accurate, so this is not good for your programs in which you want it to recognize a certain words. So now I'll close the dictation by speaking exit. 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 Okay, it's not dictating now. Now it will have only the words that paint, PowerShell, command line, open command line. That's way it works. So now I'm going to have a look at the source code. So I won't show you the source code. Instead I will create the application here step by step so that beginners can follow. So new solution, and console application, and we'll name it So now I'll delete this executable which is here. Now we're back here and we'll start coding. Okay, so now we need to add a reference to System.Speech library. So to do this you can go to project, add reference. I'm using Sharp Develop for this. We'll find System.Speech. This is here. Okay, now we've added a reference to System.Speech. If you're using command line compiler, then you don't need to add a reference. You'll just add the using statements, which I'm going to add over the top of your source code. So now we'll add the using statements. Using System.Speech, and for the speech recognition, System.Speech recognition. So now we have all our using statements. I repeat again that if you're using command line compiler, you don't need to add a reference to System.Speech library from here. You just have to add these using statements at the top of your program. And now for speech recognition, you need to create an object for that. So the syntax to do so is speech recognition engine. We'll name it engine equal to name speech recognition engine. So as you can see that it has been declared and initialized inside the main function, so it will not be global and it cannot be used by another other function. So we need to declare it as a global variable. To do that, we need to declare it outside all functions. It will be static speech recognition engine. Okay, so it is declared outside the main function, and we'll remove this, and it will be initialized inside the main function. Now the next step is that we will set the input to default audio device. So this is important if a computer has two or more audio devices, then the input will be set to the default audio devices which it has attached to it. And then we need to add grammar to the engine. So to do that, you can create your customized grammar, as I told you at the beginning of this video, or if you don't want to create a custom grammar and you want all the English sentences to be recognized, so you can use the dictation grammar, which is already present here. So to load the dictation grammar, we'll load grammar, and then dictation grammar. So dictation grammar. So we'll have a grammar right up here, and now we've loaded the grammar, and now we have to recognize the speech. For that, engine dot recognize async. Now we need an event handler for the speech recognized events. So for that, engine dot speech speech recognized. So my sharp developer has already added this speech recognized event arguments, this event handler speech recognized event arguments, and then we'll specify the function name. So it will be engine speech recognized. And now we'll add console dot read line so that our program doesn't quit. Okay, so now we'll declare and create this function engine speech recognized. So we'll keep it static so that no object reference is required, and return type void and name. Recognized, and it takes speech recognized event arguments. Recognized event arguments, and we'll name it this. So this will happen with the speech when the speech is recognized. So we'll check if there are any errors, so we'll compile it. Yes, there is an error. Dictation grammar is used like a type. Okay, to simplify this, we'll just do grammar G new dictation grammar. So now it is compiled, so we can see there are no errors. It will give an unhandled exception because this function is not working. Now we'll start working with the function speech recognized. So what this function will do, will print the recognized text in the console. So it will be e.result.text. So it will take the text from the arguments here and it will be printed in the console. We're having an unhandled exception, so now we have to detect the problem. We didn't load the grammar to the engine, so engine.load grammar and the grammar variable. Now we'll compile it. So we'll check if it works. Hello. 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 Computer. Hello. Notepad. What are you doing? Okay, so what the problem occurs here is that the speech is recognized only once, and after this is recognized, it doesn't recognize again. So that's recognize async. We need to set this mode to multiple. So recognize mode, multiple. And now we'll try it again. Hello. Computer. Notepad. What are you doing? What are you doing? So this is not very accurate, as I told you. So now we'll add a custom grammar. We'll remove the dictation grammar. Now I'll show you how you would create a custom grammar. Now we'll first remove this. Now we need to create a new grammar. So what we'll do is we'll create a grammar builder. And we'll name it GB, go to new grammar builder, and we'll add the text here, which will be PowerShell, and then we'll create a new grammar. And it'll be GB. We'll specify the grammar builder for that, and we'll load it now. This means that our program will now only recognize if we speak PowerShell. So we'll check it. Hello. What are you doing? PowerShell. 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 Paint. Notepad. So it only recognizes PowerShell. When we speak PowerShell, it prints it here. PowerShell. So now if you want to add multiple grammars, what you can do is add choices, like new choices and new string array. Now there you can specify all your words. This is a choices function, and this will contain the strings. So it can choose one of the strings to be printed. So it will recognize only one string out of these. Now we've added 3 here now. Now we'll see if it works. 14th line. There is one braces extra. Okay, we'll see that now. PowerShell, Notepad, Paint, Notepad, Notepad, PowerShell, what, hello. So it only recognizes these 3 words. And you know what you can do is you can just load grammar in one statement. You don't need to add this tree. So for that you will do engine. Okay, you need to remove the software. Engine dot load grammar and this new grammar, and you'll add it in this. And we'll remove this. We don't need this all now. We have loaded the grammar from one statement. PowerShell, PowerShell, Paint, PowerShell, Notepad. So this works. And this statement will be useful if you want to add program names or simple words which you need your program to recognize. But if you want to add your own custom grammar of sentences or many more words, then you gotta do this through simple one statement. It'll recognize, it'll use a function for that. So for that you'll need to make a new function which returns grammar, return type grammar, which you can use to create grammar for your program, and which can be used more than once. So, and what you can do is you can also create a DLL for that, which returns grammar. So here I'm gonna show you how you create a new function to load a grammar. So now we'll remove this and create a new function. Static and return type will be grammar, and we'll name it my grammar. So this is the function, and then make a new grammar. We'll name it G my grammar. This will work this way, and then we'll make this function to return a grammar variable. So first we'll create a string array which will contain the names of our programs. Okay, string, will name it programs. String, and then we'll have all the programs here. Notepad, PowerShell, Paint, WordPad, command line, and we'll create another string array which will have the actions for these programs. Open and close. And now we'll make a grammar builder. So what a grammar builder will contain is that it'll contain first word, which will be one of these, open or close, and the second word, one of these. So the program will recognize this in the form of open Notepad, open PowerShell, open Paint, close Notepad, and combination of one from here and one from here. So To do this, you'll need to create a new grammar builder which will have the first word, this, open or close. So for that you'll do grammar builder, new grammar builder. The first word will be this, so you'll add the actions first. You need to add choices because only one is to be chosen, and actions. So now our grammar builder has actions. Now to join this string array, we'll need to append it. So to do that, the syntax is gb.append, and choices, and the choices will be programs. Now we'll create a grammar. Put the grammar builder here, and it will return the grammar from here, which will be set there. And now we'll run a program. Okay, it gives unhandled exception, recognize a string. We didn't load a grammar. I've made this mistake twice now. Okay, we've loaded this, and now we'll run it. So we'll check if it works. PowerShell, Notepad. So as you can see, it won't work with the single words, and now you gotta speak the combination. Open PowerShell, open PowerShell, close PowerShell, Paint, open Paint, close Paint, close Notepad, open command line, open command line. So this works fine, but you'll be facing one problem, that if you want only single word, you want your program also to recognize single words, and it won't recognize them as single. It needs the combination of any two. So if you want single, then what you can do, you can create a new grammar builder. You can name it progs equal to grammar builder, and you add only programs. And now you'll add a choice in the grammar between the progs and GB. So it will have two choices, either single, either double or single. So now we'll check if it works. Open PowerShell, open PowerShell, PowerShell, close PowerShell. So this works. And